St. Patrick's Day across the country. It's the day of celebrating, of course, with green and Irish people, but throughout Michigan's history, Irish folks actually had a major role in shaping our state.
That's right. So Studio 10's Claudia is going to take a look at their history and why we celebrate this fun day full of green. Let's take a look.
Every March 17, millions of Americans get dressed in green, drink green beer, and even dye entire rivers green to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. You get pinched if you're not Irish, but if you are, you're considered lucky. And Michigan has been a part of the party for centuries. But why do we do this? What are we celebrating in Michigan? That story starts within our Irish community.
Irish history goes back a long way. There were Irish who came to the States during the colonization. Some of them did not come willingly. Some of them came as indentured servants. Some of them were coming as a criminal sentence. They were coming to escape a lot of persecution, a lot of poverty and starvation.
There's a lovely district in Detroit called Corktown. Many of the Irish settled there. It was a great place for them to come to that reminded them of home, and where there was enough other Irish folks that they could get a sense of community here.
The appeal to the Irish coming to Detroit was that it was actually an already established Catholic community. The earlier Irish settlers came to Detroit in the early 1830s.
But in reality, the Irish kept coming even long after the famine. So you have about 2 million Irish people leaving because of the potato famine. Because that was such a traumatic and tragic event.
So when they came over, the first and foremost was they could find food and they could nourish themselves as a family, and there was work to be had.
And once they got here, they got busy working, building up our communities, railroads, and economies.
Because they came over young, they came over in many cases single, without skills, without education. And so they worked, either as like day laborers, or in the case of women, they often worked as maids.
They helped build the railways, the canals, and eventually the roadways. And there are a lot of very prominent Irish people who contributed a lot to the state of Michigan.
Over the years, Irish Michiganders have continued shaping our culture, food, drinks, politics, economy, and labor unions.
They were really leaders in the labor movement. So because they were so much clustered in the working class, they continued to be very active in unions.
And because of their contributions, today, Michigan is home to some of the best and biggest St. Patrick's Day celebrations in the country, like Irish on Ionia and Corktown. It's a day of celebration and fun. But for Irish people here and in Ireland, it's about heritage, faith, and that guy named St. Patrick.
He brought Christianity to the masses, so they get a big kick out of watching us dressed in green versus the actual true color of Irishness. St. Patrick's gown was blue.
So whether you're drinking green beer or wearing green, remember your Irish friends and community.
And it just makes everything so much more lively and beautiful to see, especially when we're seeing our non-Irish friends and family and coworkers learning about it.
It really is about Irish heritage and culture. It's not just a gigantic party, but it is a good party for sure.
Enjoy the music, immerse yourself.
Oh man, I love that guy was dressed to the nines with his
was.
glasses and hats. A perfect Zoom background. So
Perfect.
much fun. Well, the Irish.
We're matching. We get the same hat.
I know we do. We just have the sunglasses. Well, the Irish Genealogical Society of Michigan says it's also a great time to watch an Irish-made film, listen to Irish music, or learn to make traditional Irish food like soda bread.
That's right. Oh, I've never had that before, actually. But it's also a great time to dig into your own heritage, and you may discover some of your own Irish roots.
Yeah.